Right, so this is a roundup of the motorcycle news for March 2019. I'll catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf, a biker's life less ordinary. So this video is really dedicated to bringing you the latest motorcycle news, or a roundup of the news for March 2019. Now, at the start of the month, we all heard that motorcycle enthusiast Keith Flint, lead singer of Prodigy, unfortunately died suddenly, but he had been suffering with illnesses as well. So he was a huge motorcycle fan, huge motorcycle racing fan, was always on the could be found at motorcycle racing events, BSB, WSB, whatever, MotoGP, and TT as well. So he was all over the place really. Loved his bikes, loved riding. So a sad loss to the motorcycle world, but also to the music world, of course, as well. So turning attention to the electric bike world, or electric scooter world, KTM have now tossed their hat into the ring to bring us an electric scooter, a ride-on scooter or stand-on scooter. Harley Davidson brought out their prototype a couple of months ago, and the KTM have kind of followed suit, obviously different incarnation. You can expect a lot more manufacturers going this same way as well. Looks of it actually looks quite a nice little thing as well, you know, especially for urban riding. I would say it's actually quite a good thing really. But it's not motorcycling, it's more of a stand-on scooter. But you know, it is what it is. A lot of manufacturers will be diversifying into this electric field, whether electric motorcycles, electric scooters, all these stand-on scooters as well. So, you know, just watch your space, because there's going to be a lot more coming over the next months and certainly the next years. Okay, sticking with the electric bike theme, Eric Buell, once of Buell Motorcycles, once of Harley Davidson, of course, is kind of returned back with his electric bike incarnation, the Fuel. He's actually teamed up with Frederick Vasseur of Formula E electric, and obviously Formula One, of course, to bring this bike. Now there's two bikes that will be available. The 11 kilowatt, which is about a 125cc equivalent, and the 35 kilowatt, which is in the region of about a 300cc-ish equivalent as well. They're looking in the region of about $11,000 currently, and this is targeted towards the urban rider. And early pictures of it actually look really good, I've got to say. In terms of electric bikes, this Eric Buell Fuel looks the business, I've got to say. So, and it's also got a hub motor as well, which as opposed to a drive, it's actually driving at the wheel itself. So, and it looks good. So let's see how this goes. So this is the Fuel Flow. It comes in the 11 kilowatt or the 35 kilowatt range. Now with the Flow, they're saying it's going to be about 125 mile range, and it will need public charging points to obviously keep that going as well, to keep it charged up as well. But say it is targeting the urban rider, the urban market, but it is a good looking bike. Now, Fuel have also come up with the Fuel Fluid, which is an e-bike, and that's going to come in the region of about $4,000 also, and that's about 125 mile range as well. So they're looking at two markets, the motorcycle type market, electric motorcycle, and the electric bicycle market as well. So, you know, they're back. Now Suzuki, who launched their GSX-S 1000 Katana remake, if you like, late last year, and it's actually going to go on general sale, or launching proper, if you like, at April, next month, April 2019, and it will be going on a kind of UK tour from then as well. It's currently in the region of about £11,400, something like that. It looks a great bike. I still think as a bike, it's kind of copying a lot of features from other bikes, or it's gotten heavily influenced by other features as well from other bikes. There's a kind of a sameness about a lot of these new bikes these days. However, it is a good looking bike. Is it as nice as the original? I'm not so sure, but it's still a great looking bike. It's certainly nice to sit on, and by all accounts it's a cracking bike to ride as well. So if you like that naked feel, that sort of muscle bike, this is the modern incarnation, and the Katana, well, could be here to stay. Now, we all hate having our motorcycles stolen, or the threat of having our motorcycles stolen, but there's good news on the horizon, especially in the UK, as the law agencies, the federales, if you like, are saying that motorcycle theft is down, which is only a good thing. Possibly because we're being extra cautious with our bikes, we're investing in more equipment, security equipment, that kind of thing. We're locking it away, we're being more mindful, but possibly, you know, there's better anti-theft awareness as well, and you know, people are not taking any nonsense anymore. Possibly, who knows? You know, we're talking about minor differences here in terms of theft rates. However, if you look at London and moped theft crimes, that's still, you know, high. So you know, the Met Police, I should say, haven't really got on top of that per se. But it's good that overall we're not seeing these figures increase. They're actually coming down a little bit, which can only be a good thing. Now, if you're into your adventure bikes or off-road riding, then this might be just for you. AJP, the manufacturer, have come out with a new adventure bike, enduro bike, that is supposed to be the real deal in terms of both on and off-road riding. And their bike is called the PR7. Now, it's coming in at £8,500. It's a 600cc single engine, liquid cooled engine. The fuel is carried underneath the seat as well. So it's going to have that enduro look about it, but it's certainly got the pedigree to be able to do the longer journeys, certainly in competition with that KTM 690 as well. Now, looking from the pictures, you know, it looks like a cracking bike. It's incorporating new technology with tablet displays as well, and some innovative qualities to the bike as well. You know, it is full enduro spec, it is full adventure spec, so, you know, engine bash plates, that kind of thing. Lightweight batteries to keep the overall weight down. Fully adjustable sack suspension, both front and rear. And 300mm of travel either end. Actually, not bad at all. And they're wide tubes at the front as well. We're talking about 48mm for those fork tubes. So, you know, they're made of sturdy stuff. This is a bike that actually will go into places that you really want it to go. Is it going to be a heavier bike? Yes, it's a mid-range bike, isn't it? But it's that crossover between the enduro, smaller engined enduro, and the larger adventure bikes, if you will. Yes, we're talking about nomenclature, we're talking about different genres, if you like, or different classes of bike. However, this is that middle of the road, which I talked about on previous videos as well. This new generation of mid-range bikes that are going to achieve everything, really. So the PR7 is coming in at £8,500 with a dry weight of 145 kilos and when fueled, a wet weight of 165 kilos. So it does have a Sachs fully adjustable suspension. However, the seat height is 920mm, so it is quite a tall bike as well, and that may be an issue for a lot of shorter riders. So the PR7 comes with electric start motor, as I said, 600cc, single engine, fuel injected by Delphi, and also it is liquid cooled as well. Pretty much we've got a combination of aluminium and steel for the frame, aluminium composite for the frame with steel backbone, and rear swing arm is aluminium as well. So overall the bike is going to be relatively light for this kind of motorcycle. Now the PR7 is running a 21-inch front wheel with a 1990 tyre, whilst the rear is an 18-inch on a 140/80 tyre. As I say, if you look at the bike, it looks the business. It looks a bike that you can say, I could definitely take this off-road and I can use it on road, you know, quite efficiently as well. So it looks bike. I'm actually very interested in this myself. And last but by no means least, it's a recall from Triumph motorcycles. Now this doesn't affect all Triumphs, of course. It only affects certain models. Now it's affecting their Street Twin, their T100 Bonneville models and the T120s as well. And the fault or the problem is with the headstock tidy, which is causing electrical issues and chafing on wires and things like that. So Triumph are saying to all the owners, contact your dealership straight away, get your bike in as soon as possible. It's a half-an-hour fix and they can remedy the whole issue. So when they investigated this further, they found it is actually limited to the clutch cable that is wearing down on the wires and the wiring loom. So this is where they've got a fix for that now, or they've been able to tidy it up. I say it's a half-an-hour fix, get your bike in there into a dealership and it'll be sorted out very soon. Now this isn't just affecting UK bikes, this is affecting Triumph bikes all over the world, wherever they're sold. So it's affecting the Street Scrambler, the Street Twin, the Street Twin A2 license version, the Street Cup, the Bonneville T100, the Bonneville T100 Black, the Bonneville T120 and the Bonneville T120 Black. Now the chafing on the wiring loom is affecting obviously the headlight issue with on main beam. It's also potentially affecting the engine control as well and causing some loss of power. So hence why it's really important that owners and riders get their bikes into the dealership to get this fixed. Now they're talking about over 68,000 bikes are potentially affected by this, so it's really important that you get your bike into the dealerships. Right, so that's been the biking news for March 2019. I hope you enjoyed the video. Lots more coming soon. Cheers now.